Let's jump right into this explainer, because if you're anything like me, you absolutely love turning your home into a lush indoor jungle. Houseplants are amazing, right? They brighten the place up, they clean the air, and they just make us feel good. But if you share that space with a curious cat, well, creating that botanical sanctuary gets a bit tricky. We really need to talk about the hidden dangers lurking right in those gorgeous green leaves and exactly how you can protect your feline friends.
So, we have to ask ourselves, is that innocent-looking houseplant sitting on your windowsill actually a secret villain? To figure that out, we first need to understand how our cats naturally interact with their world.
You know, a lot of times we see them chewing on a fern and we think they're just being bad. But honestly, they aren't being malicious at all. They're just being their naturally chaotic selves. I mean, even a perfectly fed cat might just decide to take a huge bite out of a leaf, purely out of boredom on a rainy afternoon. Sometimes they just really dig the crunch or the texture, or maybe their bodies are instinctively seeking out a little extra fiber. It's really just a totally normal part of how they explore.
But here is where things take a really sharp turn. A tiny nibble on a safe plant? Totally harmless. But chewing on the wrong kind of plant? That instantly turns from innocent curiosity into a severe, life-threatening medical emergency. This is absolutely not a let's wait and see how they feel tomorrow kind of situation. Think about it. Plants can't run away, so they've evolved these really powerful chemical defenses to protect themselves. And what keeps a bug away in the wild can literally trigger a massive crisis right in our living rooms.
Actually, what truly shocked me when researching this was just how severe some of these common plants really are. Lilies, for instance, are pretty much the most dangerous thing you could ever bring around a cat. And we're not just talking about them eating a whole leaf. Literally a single speck of pollen, one fallen petal, or even your cat just taking a quick sip of the water from a lily vase can cause catastrophic kidney damage. It is so incredibly risky that most vets will tell you to just ban lilies from your house completely. No exceptions. And then there's the sago palm. It looks like a super fun tropical edition, right? Well, every single part of it is poisonous, especially the seeds, and eating it leads directly to severe liver failure.
And you know, the contrast between what's good for us and what's bad for them is kind of fascinating. Take aloe vera. For us humans, it's this amazing, soothing staple. We literally rub it on burns and scrapes to heal. But for our cats, it's highly toxic. If they take a bite of aloe vera, they are definitely not going to be soothed. They're going to experience vomiting, diarrhea, and intense lethargy. What heals us actively harms them.
And it's not just the exotic plants we have to worry about either. Those invincible beginner house plants you probably have sitting on a shelf right now, like pothos and philodendrons, they have a hidden danger too: calcium oxalate crystals. When a cat chews on those leaves, it essentially releases thousands of microscopic, razor-sharp needles into their mouth and digestive tract. It's a brilliant defense mechanism for the plant, sure, but it causes horrible pain, drooling, and difficulty swallowing for your pet. Oh, and the peace lily? While it's technically not a true lily, it's still a massive irritant that'll cause painful mouth burning and vomiting.
Unfortunately, the list of villains keeps going. Super common decor plants like the snake plant or English ivy can cause really intense stomach upset and abdominal pain. The jade plant is another one. It causes lethargy and severe coordination problems. And here's a wild fact. Scientists actually still don't fully understand exactly what the toxin is in jade plants. It's a complete mystery. Also, if your cat ever ventures outside, or if you bring fresh cuttings indoors, you've got to watch out for shrubs like azaleas and rhododendrons. Even in tiny amounts, their compounds can severely disrupt a cat's nervous and cardiovascular systems.
So the really crucial thing you have to understand here is the timeline. You cannot just rely on immediate reactions to know if your cat is in the clear. It's honestly like a ticking clock. Some toxins act immediately, causing instant visible distress, but others, they are far more insidious. They can silently build up in your cat's system for several hours before you even realize something is wrong or before any symptoms even start to show up.
Which brings us to the warning signs. What exactly should you be looking for? Well, if your cat starts rapidly vomiting, having diarrhea, excessively drooling, or frantically pawing at their mouth like something is stuck, those are massive red flags. The more severe signs are things like difficulty breathing, tremors, seizures, or if they suddenly just can't walk straight. If you see any of these happening, you are officially in a crisis mode.
Okay, so if you even suspect your cat has chewed on something toxic, you need an action plan, right now. First, if you can do it safely without getting bitten, carefully clear any remaining plant pieces out of their mouth. Second, and vets say this is absolutely vital, take a really clear photo of the plant on your phone or just grab a physical chunk of it so they know exactly what they're dealing with. Third, call your vet immediately. And fourth, just keep an incredibly close eye on your cat while you're getting them to the clinic.
But while we're on the topic of emergencies, let me be absolutely 100% clear about this rule. Never, ever try to make your cat vomit on your own. Seriously, skip the DIY internet remedies. Unless a licensed vet or a certified animal poison expert specifically tells you over the phone to do it, do not try it. You could easily end up causing so much more harm than good.
Okay, let's take a collective deep breath. I know that was a lot of scary stuff, but now that we've got the emergency protocols down, let's pivot to some good news. You absolutely do not have to give up your love for houseplants or throw all your beautiful pots in the trash. You can totally be the ultimate protector of your cat and still have a gorgeous, vibrant green living space.
The secret is just picking the right ones, and there are some fantastic, completely non-toxic alternatives out there. The spider plant, absolute classic, totally safe. Boston ferns are amazing if you want a lot of lush volume without any of the risk. And if you're looking for those big, dramatic statement pieces to fill up a corner, the Erica palm and parlor palm bring that amazing tropical vibe with zero hidden dangers.
And hey, if you're looking for more than just green, you can safely add some real pops of color and texture too. Calatheas and prayer plants have these incredibly stunning, painted-looking leaves. If you want bright flowers, African violets and orchids are generally considered totally safe for your feline friend. Oh, and here is a genius hack. Get some purpose-grown cat grass. It gives them something they are literally supposed to chew on, which redirects all that chaotic energy safely and naturally.
I do have to add a quick caveat, though. Just because a plant is non-toxic doesn't mean it's an all-you-can-eat buffet. Think about it. If your cat decides to eat a massive salad's worth of even perfectly safe leaves, they are probably still going to end up with a pretty upset stomach just from the sheer bulk of it all. So managing how much they eat and discouraging constant chewing is still very much a part of the job.
So how do we actually manage all this on a daily basis? Well, prevention is your absolute best friend here. Number 1, research every single plant before it even crosses your threshold. Number 2, if you do have mildly dangerous ones, keep them completely out of reach, though honestly, just avoiding them entirely is always the safest bet. And number 3, like we mentioned, intentionally offer them those safe greens, like that cat grass, to satisfy their natural craving to chomp. You've also got to remember that a bored cat is a destructive cat. Keep them mentally stimulated, give them engaging toys, set up climbing structures, make them so busy having fun that they literally don't even have time to bother with your plants. And lastly, just be really diligent about sweeping up any fallen leaves or petals that drift onto the floor where they can easily reach them.
A tiny bit of research today can honestly protect your cat for years to come. So, having walked through all this vital info in this explainer, I really want to leave you with a provocative thought to ponder about your own living space right now. Take a look around your room. Which plant in your home needs to be relocated today?